Hey guys, it's ViLo Energy Healing. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the month of December. Now, these messages may not resonate with every Libra out there, so please just take what resonates with you and leave out the rest. Also, stay tuned for your bonus info that's going to be coming up after this. All right, Libra, let's see what we have for you this month. You know, you've been stretching yourself thin. You know, you're trying to carry everything by yourself, and it's finally catching up to you. You keep giving and giving and giving, and you haven't even done a damn thing for yourself. You need to just slow down and pay attention to what you need for a change. Listen, you're done babysitting grown-ass adults, all right? You're not responsible for fixing everyone's life, okay? Especially the ones that don't even try to help themselves. You know, you've been the strong one, okay? You're showing up for people who don't do the same for you. And that alone is exhausting. You know, it's time that you put yourself first. And if someone doesn't like it, you know what? Oh well, that's their problem. You know, you're finally standing up for yourself. Okay, you hit your limit and you decided that you're not taking anyone's crap anymore. Right? You're done letting people walk all over you and think that they could just talk to you any kind of way. Listen, you're not being defensive or rude. You're just not letting people cross the line anymore. Okay, there are boundaries for a reason. People are just so surprised that you're actually speaking up that they don't even know like what to do anymore. Okay, they got so used to you not saying anything and trying to keep the peace that the version of you that they had in their mind is gone. Okay, them thinking that you had no backbone was their mistake. Right? You're not playing nice just to keep anyone happy anymore. All right, you're standing your ground, you're setting boundaries, sticking to them, and you're not apologizing for it. You know, someone might try to like drag you back into old group drama that you finally got out of. Right? You've been choosing peace, and not everyone likes that side of you. Okay? The problem you have is putting yourself first instead of fixing everyone else and keeping other people comfortable. Listen, you're not here to babysit everyone's feelings, okay? You don't owe anybody a damn thing just because they all of a sudden miss you. Okay, listen, just because they're being friendly doesn't mean that they've changed. Okay, they can smile all they want. It's not going to change their old behavior. You know, you just ended a big chapter in your life, okay? And now you're trying to figure out who you are without all the roles that you used to play. Okay, like the pressure and expectations, the labels and responsibilities. It feels a little weird, maybe even uncomfortable, but in a good way. Okay, you're starting to realize that you don't have to be who everyone expects you to be anymore. Okay, that's for you to decide. You've spent years taking care of everyone else that you forgot about yourself. Okay, this new version of you doesn't need to prove shit to anyone. You know, the truth came out about something, okay? And it completely changed how you see the situation. Right? You didn't want to believe it at first, but part of you already knew for a while that it was true. Okay, yeah, it hurt, but you're better off knowing because at least now you could just stop all the guessing and overthinking. All right, you're done pretending that you didn't see what you saw. Listen, you got the confirmation you needed. Okay, maybe not the way you wanted, but you got it. Someone showed their true colors and you can't ignore it. Okay, you're not mad or holding any grudges. You're just glad to see who they really are and where you stand. Okay, and honestly, you're better off. You know, you're finally thinking ahead instead of jumping into things. Right? There's no more rushing, no forcing, no guessing. You know your worth and what you deserve, and you're not settling for anything less. Right? You're finally slowing down enough to actually think about what you want, okay, not what everyone else expects. You know, it doesn't feel like you're in that hustle, nonstop mindset anymore, right? You're working smarter, not faster. You're not making decisions out of stress or pressure. You're done overthinking yourself just to prove you're busy. You know, someone's going to step in to help you, okay? And it actually makes your life easier. Not that fake, you know, like I got you when they don't do shit. Okay, I'm talking about real support. Okay, working with the right person or the right team reminds you that you don't have to handle everything on your own anymore. Okay, let people help you. You deserve it just as much as anyone else. You know, you've been the one holding everything together for so long, and it's draining. Okay, accepting help isn't a bad thing. It's normal. Just remember, the right people make things easier, not harder. You know, I'm also seeing that you're getting better with your money, your career, and how you see yourself, because you finally stopped settling. Okay? You're not just saying yes to everything anymore. You're choosing what actually pays off. Okay? You're being smarter about where you put your time and energy. Whether you're picking better jobs, making better moves, or better ways of handling your money, or the work that you're doing now, okay, it's setting you up for real stability in the new year. Okay, you're building something that's going to last, not something temporary. You're done with shortcuts or trying to impress anyone. You're not interested in showing off or proving a point. You want long-term success, okay, not attention. You'd rather just keep your business to yourself and let people wonder how you did it. Listen, the right ones will notice without you saying a word. You know, someone from your past who caused a lot of stress in your life is trying to come back around. They want another chance to fix what they messed up, right? But they still won't admit what they did. They can't make things right if they don't want to take responsibility for anything. Okay, they're gonna come at you with, you know, trust me, I'm better now, I've changed, you know, things are different, blah, 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 blah. Just be careful and don't get caught up in their promises, okay? Pay attention to what they do, not what they say. Okay? People who truly improve don't have to sell you a story. You know, real change is obvious, okay? You don't need a whole speech. If they're serious, you'll know without them having to explain it. Okay, but if they're still acting the same, you already have your answer. You know, you're being a lot more careful with your time and your energy because you don't want to get burned and just waste your time again. And honestly, I don't blame you. Okay, you've learned a lot from all the crap that you went through, and you don't want to repeat the same mistakes twice. You know, hesitating doesn't mean that you're scared. It means that you're paying attention. You're seeing things faster now, and you're not ignoring the red flags anymore. You know when someone deserves a second chance and when they don't. You finally understand the difference between trying and overdoing it. You know, by the end of the month, your head feels straight, okay? And your emotions aren't all over the place anymore. You haven't felt like this in a long time. You completely stop entertaining things that stress you out. Okay, you start 2026 with better energy and a whole new mindset. The version of you who tolerated BS is done. Okay, you've got clarity, self-respect, and real boundaries now, and no one's taking that away from you. Hey Libra, this is ViLo Energy Healing. Welcome back to part 2 of your reading. This is going to be your bonus info for the month of December. All right, now we're going to start off with some timing windows, okay? As always, I'm going to start from the beginning of the month and work my way towards the end of the month. All right, let me just see what we got here. Okay, so December 3rd to the 9th, okay, that's when your boundaries get tested, okay? So expect someone to try to like pull you back into some old habits or drama. December 12th to the 18th, okay, this is when like new opportunities show up, okay, whether for work, connections, or projects that actually feel right for you, okay, not pressured. Okay, the 20th to the 31st, okay, that's when you're going to feel more in control, confident, and you're going to be ready to just focus on you, okay, not anyone else. All right, now let's just jump into some zodiac signs. Okay, this could be someone you're dealing with. It doesn't have to be. Guys, don't get too fixated on the signs. You could be dealing with any sign. Okay, let's see here. We have Capricorn, Virgo, Leo, Aquarius, Cancer, and Sagittarius. Okay. now I'm going to jump into some symbols. Okay, this could be symbols that you might be seeing but possibly ignoring. Okay, I'm picking up 111. Okay, that's manifestation energy. Okay, your thoughts are creating a reality. Also picking up 333. Okay, that means that you're being supported. Okay, someone's got your back right now. Also picking up 1010. Okay, that means that a cycle is closing. Okay, so prepare for a new beginning or even a new mindset. Picking up on like flickering lights or like phone glitches. Okay, this happens when your energy or something important is changing around you. I'm also seeing mirrors or reflections. Okay, that just means that you're being reminded to focus inward, okay, and not compare yourself. Some of you are having dreams of old friends or workplaces. Okay, whenever you have dreams like that, that's a sign of closure and letting go of old energy. Also hearing your name randomly, okay, that's just validation that your guides are basically just trying to get your attention. All right, they want you to hear something important. All right, now I'm going to channel some initials. Okay, this could be your name, their name, first name, last name. Place it how you see fit. Let's see what we got. Picking up B, C, D, H, J, K, L, M, R, and S. All right, guys, that's what I have for you today. If you're enjoying the bonus info, you want me to continue this way, just hit the like button or leave me a quick comment to let me know. All right, thanks for watching, and until next time, sending you love and light.